So why conversational English is a game changer. All right, this is why conversational English is a game changer. We're diving deep and mastering everyday English conversations, not the textbook, not the like the robotic versions that you learn in school that they just like copy and paste and translations that make no sense. So this is not your typical like Chinese English textbook, if that makes sense. Yeah, under pressure, I feel the same way. I feel a lot of stress under pressure. So that can be a game changer, right? So we're going to go beyond the grammar and vocab. It's about understanding how to use the language in real situations. Make English flow naturally without the constant fear of messing up. Let's get into it, guys. So, small talk, the hidden superpower of fluent speakers. So, let's be real. A lot of people think is pointless or awkward, but that's far from the truth. Small talk is actually a superpower in English, or it can be a very useful tool, right? So it's the quick chats about the weather, plans of the weekend, what someone's having for lunch that break the ice or pave the way for deeper, more meaningful conversations. So think of small talk like a warm up act before a concert. Have you ever gone to a concert and saw something kind of like that, Hijam? Yeah, kind of. So think of it like a warm up act. Like you go to see a concert, you get a warm up concert. You go to see a comedian, you see a comedian before the actual comedian. If that makes sense, right? So when you master small talk, you'll feel more comfortable in any social setting because you're engaging them in a light, friendly way. Okay? And guys, ask questions, ask clarification, so I can kind of go on. Okay? So why does small talk matter? So well, it shows people yet that you're approachable and interested. It helps build relationships without making anyone feel uncomfortable. It's everywhere in stores, elevators, at work, down the street. If you know how to do it, you'll never feel awkward again. So, like, to be practical, if you know, like, there's a season of soccer or football or whatever. Oh, did you catch the game last night? Or about the weather? Oh my gosh, the weather's been crazy. You got any fun plans? Now, obviously, it's maybe with people that you know. It's gonna be depends on whether or not you have that vibe with a stranger. But these are safe. They're simple. You can relate to them, and you'll realize small talk isn't something to avoid. It's something to embrace. Okay, any questions, guys? You guys are here. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Alright, I'm going to go through these kind of quickly, guys. Alright, so open-ended question. Unlock the power of real conversation. So when you ask a yes or no question, the conversation ends pretty quickly. But to avoid those awkward silences, you need to start asking open-ended questions. These are questions that invite longer, more detailed answers, giving you a chance to really engage with the other person. So, for example, did you like the movie? Instead of just saying yes or no, I mean that's like gonna be boring and just awkward. You can say, okay, sorry, let me reiterate, guys. If you're asking the question, did you like the movie? So if you're asking the question, did you like the movie? That's leading to a simple yes or no answer. So if you're asking something, if you know they saw the movie, what did you think about this movie? Right? Then you're getting them to give more information other than a yes or no. Right? So to get more of a yes or no, you need to ask more of a question than just a yes or no question. Did you like the movie? You're going to receive a yes or no. But did you say, did you happen to catch this movie? What did you think of it? And either they're going to say, no, I didn't see the movie yet, but I want to, or I'm not going to. Or they're going to say, yes, I saw the movie, and it was however they felt about it. Okay? So it opens the doors for more conversation, guys. It will help lead to much more interesting conversation. It depends who you're talking to. Yeah, well, I mean, like, I could be, well, you can lead it in within that first question. Like, oh, did you happen to catch this movie? What did you like about it? Implying that maybe they've seen it. So you're going for the gold, hoping they saw the movie. You're going to get one of two answers. You're going to get, no, I didn't catch the movie, so I don't know. Or, yes, I saw the movie and I thought the movie was blah. Yeah. You can, I mean, when you go into more details, well, again, we're not in elementary school, so I already explained if they didn't watch the movie, then they're going to respond in a negative. They're going to give you a negative response, not in a bad way negative, just a negative answer. No, I didn't watch the movie. You can put two questions into one to not make it an open and shut case. I don't know what you mean. You gotta get more, you gotta elaborate, Kevin. But I'm gonna move on though. Elaborate and I'll get to your question. Okay, so I'm gonna explain why these open questions work, okay? This is how the open questions work. And I'll come to your question, Kevin. So, they encourage the other person to share more. And guys, it's the idea of open-ended questions. If you guys know what an open-ended question, you guys know what an open-ended question is, right? It's a question that does not involve, it's a question that does not involve a yes or no answer. If you ask them, do you like apples? You're gonna get a yes or no answer. But if you ask an open-ended question, oh, what's your favorite way to cook an apple or eat an apple, whatever. Going back to some questions from Kevin and Yuma. Okay, so Yuma says how to practice a small talk. I mean, what to practice in it. Anything, Yuma. Just everyday conversations. Yes, Hitchman, yes. That's what an open question is. They aren't answered by a yes or no. I am stressed when I don't know how to say in English. How can I deal with that? Kevin, that comes down to just practicing to yourself, talking into the mirror, speaking two parts. One, talk like this, and then two, talk like you kind of talk in a different voice. High pitch, low pitch, whatever. Give two voices. Have a conversation with yourself. Okay, and there you go. Talk to a mirror. Record yourself. Talk to your friends. Practice with your parents. All right. For example, instead of saying "How was your weekend?" Oh, how do you? Or if you're getting to know people, right? How do you usually spend your weekends? What's your favorite part about working here? What do you think? Why do you think that's important? The more you practice asking these types of questions, the more dynamic it's gonna be. So they help discover things you wouldn't have learned otherwise. They make the conversation flow more natural. Think about it, speaking in your native tongue, guys. You don't say, do you like this movie? Yes or no. Not really. You're gonna, well, what do you like about it, right? What dish should I get for dinner? Do you like it? Yes, I like it, but what do you like about it? Sorry, guys. No one else. Handling misunderstandings like a pro. So if you're ever misunderstanding something, okay, if there's ever a misunderstanding, then what if the next person's not interested in asking? Well, yeah, then you go away. If they're not engaged, take a hint. don't keep don't keep probing questions if the guy looks uninterested. Basically, if they're quiet or not responding, that means to just go away. I hate to be blunt, but that's what it means. Okay? Let me go on to this next part, guys. I'm going through this quicker than I didn't think I could. All right, misunderstandings. We've all been there. Someone says something, you have no idea what they just said. It happens. The most important thing is how you handle the situation. Don't freeze or panic. Just clarify. Native speakers do it all the time. Don't feel embarrassed. Sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't catch what you said. Could you say that again? Any variation that you want to come up with, it's up to you. There's no wrong way. If you just nod your head and act like you understand, then you're gonna screw yourself over. You're just gonna go and then you're gonna be left for. Alec, there is a event calendar at the very top of the Discord. Someone can screenshot that for you. But if you look at the very top of the servers, there's something that should say like events or something like that, right? You'll see a server guide, and you'll see 22 events, channels and roles, server shop, etc. So you'll see those, and then you'll see who's hosting. So that can answer your question. And also scroll up, I can kind of give an FAQ there as well. Let me move on. So the real power move is not pretending that you understand. It means if you try to fake it, you might miss important information. You're at an English company. Your English is not top notch. Your boss says, I need you to do A, B, C, D, and E. If you nod your head and say yes, and then you don't do it, your boss is going to be pissed at you because you nodded your head and you said yes. And you go, but I didn't understand. The boss says, well, you didn't ask me more information. You didn't tell me you didn't understand. Therefore, you're screwed. Sorry, that's just a blunt answer. If you nod your head and you understand what a boss is telling you, and then you act dumb and you don't do the job, you're gonna lose your job. Why is handling misunderstanding is key? It prevents confusion or mistakes. It makes you seem honest and confident. It keeps conversation on track without feeling awkward. You can say, oh, sorry, I didn't catch that. Can you say it again? I'm not sure I understand. Can you explain it a bit more? Can you speak a little slower, please? Being open about being confused shows that you're engaged and serious about what they're talking to you about. Okay? Any questions thus far, guys? So with that said, I go, oh, okay, I assume they all understand. Alright? So, alright, I'm going to move on to the next one, guys. And it's a bit of a faster lecture, guys. I'm sorry I can't go that much longer. But I'm going to take questions in the chat. So if you got questions in the chat, please go for it, do it. And I will upload this lesson on YouTube after it's over. Using fillers to sound more natural without overdoing it. So like words like or well, you might think fillers are a bad thing, but the truth is native speakers use them all the time. So native speakers abuse the hell out of them. And when used correctly, fillers can make you sound more natural, and they can give you a second to think before responding. So the key here is balance, right? Key is balance. So know when to say like whatever it is you're trying to say. Know when to use your fillers. They make you sound more natural, relaxed, conversational. They give you time to think without silence. They help you avoid sounding robotic. Like, well, I think that, I'm not sure, but, let me think for a second. that gives you time to say what you want to say. Use them wisely. Keep your conversation smooth and natural. Don't abuse the fillers or you're just going to sound ridiculous. Okay? We're almost at the concluding part. I did not think I'd rush through this that quickly. But I only wanted to go about 30 minutes. So, especially for the replay of the video. I don't know how much of this you guys will end up watching. So, any questions, guys, thus far? Any questions? It's not really expressions, it's just the way that it begins. And it's not just about small talk. That's one portion of what I'm talking about. It's just really about conversations. If you're just having small talk, you just have to be natural. You have to know, you have to read the room. And I've already explained the small talk in the first slide. But I will make notes and maybe I'll do a full small talk class or something like that. There you go. See, watch a comedic act. I don't know. It depends. How are you funny, Kevin? How can I make my conversation funny? I don't know. Become a comedian? Read the room? Ask ChatGPT to write you a stand-up routine? Give me a second, guys. Hold on. Are you guys still there? Just want to make sure. Any other questions, guys, before I move on? When am I coming back? I'm here still. I have a big lesson on Wednesday. All right, just making sure. Yeah, I mean, honestly, guys, no one can be a comedian overnight. You know, no one can be a comedian overnight. So that's kind of like, I don't know why people want to be funny when they're not, when they can't really be funny. You know. So, I mean, here, I'll humor you, okay? So I literally just asked ChatGPT to help me be funny, and let's see how funny ChatGPT is. So I've been teaching ESL for a while, and let me tell you, teaching English to adults is like adopting a bunch of toddlers who know how to drink and argue. You ever try explaining the difference between alive and live? Good luck. I'm like, no, I live in an apartment. Doesn't mean I'm alive. in an apartment. It just means you survived there, barely. Grammar rules. My students love that part. Because nothing says welcome to English like explaining why the past tense of teach is taught, but reach doesn't become wrought. My students look at me like you made this language up. Oh yeah, in my free time between making the IKEA instructions and tax forms. I'm not gonna do the whole thing. Anyways, I want to finish up the lesson though. Okay? I want to finish up the lesson. So, I'm doing it again. Thank you for telling me that, Kevin. I'm glad to be helpful. Alright, so last one, guys. Putting everything together. So, didn't realize I was at the last part of my slide. So let's put it all together, guys. Put it all together. Alright? Putting it all together for real world success. Improving your conversation English isn't about memorizing complicated grammar rules or forcing yourself to speak perfectly. It's about embracing real, everyday conversation skills that help you connect with others naturally. Focus on mastering small talk, asking open-ended questions, listen actively, handling misunderstandings. These tips will not only let you become more fluent, but you'll also start to enjoy speaking English in your daily life. Take these tips and these techniques in your other next conversations and watch how well you guys will be confident, right? Yes, practice makes perfect.